Hi, this is Casey Thompson with Equine Evolution. Today we're out at our West Pasture and we're going to talk a little bit about what equine assisted psychotherapy is, equine assisted coaching, and equine assisted learning, and the difference between those things. It's only going to take a minute, so if you have just 60 seconds or so, please stay with us. So the history of this is that a man named Hippocrates was a Greek physician back in the day, and he always espoused the values of riding and what it did for the body. And that's where the name hippotherapy comes from. Hippotherapy has been used for many years with physical therapy for the physical body. The things that we're going to talk about today are more for our mental state and what horses can do for us in that regard. So if you go back to 1946 in Scandinavia, that's where hippotherapy first gained some popularity. It wasn't really established until 1960 in Germany. And since then, there's been different iterations of it until what it's grown into what it is today. So what is it really? Well, let me tell you, it's essentially a client who works with our horses, and as they interact, the horses are so sensitive to emotions and to actions that they react, which causes the client to react. And if there's a psychotherapist, a therapist, a psychologist, or a psychiatrist with us, then that's equine assisted psychotherapy. And what they're doing is they're looking for behaviors and changes and a process with the client to find out exactly what they were feeling, and things are brought to the surface that maybe typically wouldn't have been in the past. Horses are so sensitive that they react to the smallest of changes in humans, and so you can't hide anything from the horse, and that's a wonderful thing when you're trying to learn something about yourself. The next part, equine coaching, is simply something that I have done for a number of years, 20 as a matter of fact. We put people through exercises or challenges where they're learning different concepts that they're going to use in their daily lives, and the horse becomes a part of that. And then equine learning is just a little bit different, and that's where there's something that might be more structured with a goal at the end. In some cases, many of these things don't have goals, and it's really just the experience that we're going to learn from. So that's a number of those things that are utilized by us. They work out pretty well. The other thing of why it works is because it's really fun. People like to be out with horses. It's outside. It's not indoors. It's not in a four-walled office. Not that there's anything wrong with those things, but this just makes it a little bit different, has a different component. Also, it provides a lot of confidence. So our clients will learn that a 1,200-pound animal sometimes isn't the easiest to work with, and as they begin to lead, direct, guide something this size, they gain a lot of confidence, and in doing so, they gain some self-esteem and leadership skills. And the exercises that we do are too numerous to mention. There's so many that have really proved to be effective in different ways, and we've borrowed things from the psychological world. We've borrowed things from corporate education and learning. That's the world that I come from, and we've incorporated those with the horse, and it's been amazing to say the least. Last, I just wanted to talk about a few things that are coming up with Equine Evolution. So we have partnered recently with Ivy Ranch, and if you want to go check those guys out, they're at ivyranch.org. I'll put that URL in this video. But on May 2nd, they're having their open house at their fabulous new ranch. It's 1 mile past the Sundance turnoff if you're going up Provo Canyon. So that is May 2nd. We'll be announcing the dates and times, but we would love for you to come and hear everything that the ranch is going to offer and the therapy that we'll be providing through Equine Evolution. On July 22nd through the 26th, the Ivy Ranch Camp is going to be taking place, and we'll be there for that as well. And again, if you go to ivycamp.org, you can sign up for that. It's got limited availability, but there's sure a lot of people who will be there to help out, and it's going to be a great experience. This is all done in conjunction with the great work that's been done by Jessie Funk, and if you know Jessie Funk, you know that anywhere she goes, she has a lot of success, fun, and people get better no matter what in her presence. Later this summer, we'll have the Equine Evolution Resiliency Building Day Camp that we provided last year, and it's going to grow a little bit this year. We're going to have more opportunities. And then from this point forward, we're going to be doing 1-minute tips and techniques. So each week we're going to try to release a 1-minute video on a tip or technique to help you to grow as a person and maybe mentally get better, maybe release some anxiety and get rid of a little bit of depression if that's something that's bothering you. Other than that, I just want to say welcome to our Equine Evolution family, and hopefully you continue to follow us, and always remember that happiness is just a horse away.